Episode
we finally
1.
here.
Season 1, Episode 1, man. Welcome to the MO&O Head to Head podcast, man. I'm O.
And I'm Mo.
You know what I'm saying? We here, man. We trying to change the podcast game up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to give it to you how, somebody who didn't make it big and what they dreamt of doing. Like what are we doing in today's age? What are we doing now? And stuff like that. Some of us don't make it to the big stage and we have to transition back to an average regular civilian. That's a big transition. So that's what we came here to talk about.
Most definitely, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, so we're going to do some intros, man. We're going to introduce ourselves, our backgrounds real quick. We're going to start off with Mo, man. Tell me your story, man. Where you from, man? How you grew up? Where you played your ball at? What you're doing now? What are your aspirations for the future, man?
For sure, man. Born and raised, born in Orlando, Florida, raised in Kissimmee, Florida. Went to Liberty High School right then in Kissimmee, Florida, right outside of Point Siena, Florida. Um, played all 4 years there. Went to the University of Pikeville, University U Pike Bears, NAIA, playing the Mid South Conference. Um, Played all 4 years. Actually, I take that back. I didn't play my junior year. Tore my ACL, MCL, and LCL that year, but came back and played my senior year. Had some battle wounds, but after that, I knew ball wasn't gonna. I'm NAI. I was what, a 6 foot 6'1", 265 when I first came to college, about 320 when I left. So I know I wasn't going to the league. I wasn't gonna go on nobody's big time team. So I went back home, got into the coaching game, started started out at Liberty High School. Uh, Ended up coaching there for 4 years. In my final year, I was the next man in line. Basically, I was the next guy to be the next head coach. Um, I was basically the offensive coordinator. I helped put together the whole offensive staff and some of the defensive staff that year. It was a very successful
So
year
did
that
it.
year. That was the best. Yeah, that was the most successful year in that high school's career. We went 9-2 that year. Had the best offense in what, all of Central Florida. About. Yep, that's what me and
And
O.
we were top of the
Me
state.
and O was. Yep, we was top of the state. That's when our paths had crossed. You know, um, Me and him, we helped coach the offensive line together. And he was the head JV coach that year. Yeah, that's when I found out he was a crazy dude, man. But I knew he was a soldier. I knew he was a rider. But yeah, after that, jumped into the college coaching career. That was always the goal. That was always the dream. Uh, College coaching, what a ride! That's a whole episode in itself. If you guys trying to get into the college coaching career, that's a whole episode in itself. That's a roller coaster, man. If you want to get into college coaching, be prepared to travel. You gotta be able to pick up and go. Um, I went
Boy.
I went from having a job in Rome, Georgia, about 5 hours away, to having one phone call, and then that job's gone, and I had to scramble, found another job in North Dakota. You know, Botno, North Dakota. I was coaching at the JUCO, Dakota College at Botno. Spent the season there. When I say you've never experienced cold until you've been in North Dakota, yeah, I was 10 miles away from Canada, Saskatchewan. So yeah, I was up there, man.
Cold as hell, boy. Cold as hell,
Oh
boy.
yeah. Yes, sir. The coldest, the last day I left, it was negative 50 degrees. It was negative 30, but with the wind temperature and with the wind added into it, the wind chill, it added another negative 20 to it. So it was a negative 20 wind chill, man. So it made it feel like
So when you watch the news, right? I remember, I said my first year of school was in North Dakota. They say cover your eyes as you go outside because your eyes will freeze. That's how cold it get up.
Yeah, the goggle warnings. I remember you told me to watch out for that, and I was like, man, that ain't the true thing. But sure enough, yep, we had goggle advisories and stuff like that, and it was crazy. North Dakota was wild. I got there first week. I was just the O line coach. Shoot, by week 3, we was the youngest coaching staff in all of college coaching. To be honest with you, it was it was myself, another coach from South Carolina, young guy. He's a great guy. He ended up being the defensive coordinator. And when he left there, he ended up at Gardner Webb. So I think he's at a high school coach now. He's the head high school coach, so he's doing pretty good right now down in South Carolina. But he was the defensive coordinator. He was 25. I was 26, and it was just the head coach. And he was a little older, but at one point, I was the offensive coordinator. My friend was the defensive coordinator, and then we had the head coach. Yeah, so it was just us three for a whole team, and yeah, that was a little. That was a
JUCO program. Them kids,
that was a
600
trying
kids in
time.
the JUCO program.
Yeah,
League.
JUCO is different. JUCO, you got to be different for JUCO, man. I tip my hat to all the JUCO players. I never was a JUCO player. I never went JUCO, but just coaching at that level, it was something. It was something to experience.
Trench,
I have a new
trenches,
respect for them
boy.
JUCO players. That yeah, they go
Trenches.
through a lot, man. That's the love of football right there. But yeah, from there, from North Dakota, I ended up back in my alma mater, ended up back at U Pike. I was a graduate assistant here for about half a year, about 6 months. And then good old COVID ran in, man. Everybody ran into COVID, and that's when I had to really call my coaching career quits or put it on pause because I had to come into some real money. Had to, you know. That's another thing. Coaching career is hard. You know,
Yeah.
you don't get paid.
That's you up
You
there on
don't get
TV.
paid when you start out. Yeah, you're not. If you're not on TV, you're not. Yeah. So, but then I got into admissions. So now I'm a recruiter. I recruit for the University of Pikeville. I recruit Louisville, Lexington area of Kentucky, all of Northern Kentucky, and then all of the southeastern United States. So I recruit athletes, and just all students for real. So that's my
Yeah.
story. That's how I ended up here.
Yeah, man. See, we global out here.
What
You in
about you,
Kentucky.
man? What about your story? Oh,
All right, man. So originally, I'm born in Orlando, Florida. Arnold Palmer Hospital. Um, parents from the island, so they crazy. They split when I was around 2 or 3. Moved up to Pennsylvania with my mother. Was up there until 7th grade. Moved back to Cocoa, Florida. Did my high school days at Space Coast Junior Senior High School in Cocoa. At most likely Port St. John. It's a little suburb out in Cocoa. Um, had a decent high school career. I had a lot of injuries. Sophomore year, homecoming game, broke my left ankle.
talk
I think it was a
talk about
fibula.
injuries, boy. I could talk all day.
Fibula was broken. Had to get surgery on that one. So I had a plate, big nail right across the ankle to hold everything together. And then one day I'm in school. You know what I'm saying? In Florida, it rained. It rained all the damn time. Crutch
Yeah, it
slipped on the
rains.
floor in school.
Rains almost every day.
Shit. Goddamn, fell on my damn bad leg. Had to get surgery again. Boom. Another setback. I want to say my sophomore year, I was 215 before injury. After I recovered, I got all the way up to 260. So the following year, junior year, was having a good season. Second to last game, crucial game. Second play of the game, boom, broke my other ankle. Same exact injury as the other ankle from my sophomore year. Had to get surgery. Thank God I didn't slip and break that one again. Smooth. Nice little recovery, but
Yeah.
put on more weight. It was around 250, 260 junior year. Got up to about 285, 290. School, senior year was a little tough. A lot of weight, trying to get adjusted to it. As the season went on, got better and
Right.
better.
Yeah.
Stayed healthy, thank God. Uh, Grades were bad. Missed a lot of school those couple years, and I was just acting a fool, being a dumb kid. You know what I'm saying? Being young and dumb, full of cum. Wasn't full of cum. Wasn't like that in high school. Excuse me. But you know what I'm saying? Didn't take my grades serious. When coaches say take your freshman and sophomore year as serious as possible, those are the most critical years of high school. You start off slow, it's
They
gonna be hard
are.
to build back up. So in Florida, we got this
They're
little
the
test called the
easiest one.
FCAT as well. You got
Oh
the
man.
good old FCAT. If
Oh
you from
man.
Florida, You from Florida and you grew up, you in the 90s, baby, you know what the FCAT is. I feel that shit every
You
single
know
year
what
till
the
my senior
FCAT
year.
is, man.
So I was putting, in the
I
stupid,
didn't pass it to my senior year, also, man. It
I
took
was
me
two
all the
back
way to my
behind.
senior year, also, man. And
Man, I got
it's not like I was a bad student.
the
I was a
tech, bro. It
good
was
student.
teachers.
Uh,
The teachers would
yeah,
tell
it
you
was
that
the
they failed it.
teachers. Yeah,
They was failing too. They had to take the FCAT. They failed the FCAT too, right? So
yeah.
with the FCAT, my grades weren't too great. I had to do a credit recovery to try to get the proper classes to get eligible for college. So back, I was did qualify for D1. I was barely qualified D2, but I got qualified last minute. So I had some schools talk to me late. Minot State offered me. They were going into their first year D2 at that time up in Minot, North Dakota. So when Mo was talking about
Good
North
old
Dakota, I know
Minot
about it
State.
because how about 10, 15 miles from Canada. -50 with the wind chill. I'm playing. He coaching, but I'm playing ball. I got shoulder pads on, cold as hell, freshman from Florida.
Hey, I would have much rather been playing than coaching.
Yeah,
Coaching, I'm just standing there with
yeah,
maybe a jacket, a bubble jacket at most.
yeah. Hey, you know what? Quick side topic, man. It's hard being a coach. You standing around the whole damn time. That shit's hard.
Oh yes, that is very hard. That
It is
is
hard.
knees locking up.
Tired.
Yeah,
I gotta, take a back
yeah,
break,
that is
bend
very
over, stretch the
hard.
back out. Man, but anyway,
Exactly. Yep.
freshman year assigned to Minot State. Me and the coach we didn't get along too well. Me just being more hard headed than anything. Uh, the one thing that kind of set me off was I was redshirted my freshman year. Head coach said I could have started if we passed the ball more, but he didn't want to do that. He wanted to sit me freshman year. Me being a Florida kid, I felt like I was better than than
Oh
that
yeah,
school.
I gotta
You know what I'm
come.
saying?
Yep, I gotta come and shine.
Yep,
That was my mentality my freshman year. I gotta come in and start, man. I gotta come in
exactly,
and start.
exactly. Freshman year was a shit show. First semester was terrible. Did terrible academically. Fortunately, my second semester, I was able to have a solid, B's and C's. I had to set out a semester, so I transferred to Fort Scott Community College in the spring of 2014 or 2015, I believe. 2014. So Fort Scott Community College is in Kansas, in JUCO. We have popular alumni like Levante David, JPP went there. So I was trying to get there. We had some dogs there, man. Back then they had the
Right.
20 man out of state rule, so you had to be a dog to start there. Shoot, I didn't make the 20. Uh, I was trying, I switched over to D line. I was actually a left tackle when I was in Minot State, but I switched to D line when I went to Fort Scott, being hard headed. So, shoot, the guys that beat my spot out ended up signing to Florida State. My dog Wally Ames, probably get him on here one of these days. I'm gonna try to get him on this cast. Alexis Johnson
Right.
went to Tennessee.
Hey, you never know. We'll reach out.
Really got my dog Crump, St. Louis boy. He went to goddamn Arizona State. So shoot, them guys, they're out of state kids. They got the spots. It
Ballers.
is what it is. Let the best man
Yeah.
win. But thank God, I stick to the, I kept on grinding. I practiced with the team. So I got an offer to Washburn University in Topeka, Kansas. Transferred over there in 2015 the spring, and then finished out my career over there. Man, got done playing 2017. Had to improve each year I was there. We went to two bowl games, lost one. I won one my senior year. Got a nice little jury. Played a little bit of arena after. A little team called the Kansas City Phantoms, a little Midwest league. They don't exist no more. The owners were a little wild over there. There were actually some Florida boy doctors. You know what I'm saying? But they wasn't throwing money to
For
the
real.
team. Guys were getting their checks late. You know what I'm saying? We getting down $200 a game. You know what I'm saying, to get jacked up playing ball. You know what I'm saying? So had to dip.
Yeah.
So I was
I
working
need my
mental health a
money,
little bit
man.
in Kansas. Yeah, I was working mental health a little bit in Kansas after I graduated. Decided I wanted to get back home to Florida. So I moved down. I moved in with my pops out in Orlando. First job actually was moving. So I'm out there with a whole bunch of Spanish dudes. You know what I'm saying? My boricuas, we out there. I said that wrong. Anyway,
What's
we
up?
was
What's
out there
up?
just moving, all over Orlando. Whole bunch of hotels, whole bunch of apartments, moving stuff upstairs, 4 stories, 5 stories, tired. So after that, try to use my degree. Want to start my coaching career at Liberty High School where I met my dog Mo. Man, I never thought I'd
Yep.
shoot. I'm blessed to actually meet this man. Shoot, it's probably my long lost brother. So we ain't blood, but shit, I wish we was. He's my long lost brother. He's
For
my
real.
goddamn twin. Same mindset, everything, man. Go get it. great year at Liberty that year. Every single day in the classroom I work, we were paraprofessionals. You know what I'm saying? Same classroom, we work together. So we on the computer looking for the next opportunity. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, bro, you see this one? Go apply to it.
Applying,
Apply to this. Apply to that.
applying every day.
Heck
Football
yeah.
scoop, man. The
Heck yeah.
scoop. You check the scoop. You check the scoop. I'm telling
Don't
you,
sleep. Don't
every
sleep on the
day.
scoop,
If
man.
you if you yeah, if you trying to become a college coach, you not on football scoop every day. You really don't want it.
Yeah.
You really don't
For
want
real.
it. We sending
So
out applications every single day.
every day, bro. Every day. Just thinking about it,
Every
man.
day.
That was like around two
Every
years ago.
day.
That was 2 years ago?
Yeah.
21, 20, 2018.
About 19.
Shit.
Yeah. 18,
Yeah,
19.
golly. So luckily, I got a GA opportunity at Franklin Pierce University in New Hampshire, Ringe, New Hampshire. So I was the GA. We only had 6 guys on the staff. So I basically ran my own. I was the D line coach as well. Did their first season at D2, and then I met a young lady out there. Got pregnant. COVID hit. I was getting a stipend. I was getting a stipend. Well, I want to say $450, $500 a month. I got a kid on the way in New Hampshire, bunked up with 3 other coaches in a little, apartment in Keene, New Hampshire.
And that ain't
You
gonna
know,
shake. That ain't gonna shake.
one thing my father taught me, he just, he passed away recently. But one thing he taught me is family comes first. Especially when you have a kid in this world, you gotta sacrifice some things. You know what I'm saying? So, like Mo did, I had to put my coaching career on pause. Moved down to Connecticut, handle business. But right now I'm currently, in sales, Staples B2B, and then I also coach high school ball on the side. So that's me right now. My little girl is 1 year old. Got a nice little fiance. So we moving on. Always trying to find the next
Right.
opportunity though, man. Most definitely. That's where
Always,
I'm at right
always,
now, man.
always. That's one thing, man. One thing we learn, man, you can never be complacent. You always can better yourself. There's always a way to market yourself better, get out there. You know. And one thing I always preach is that there's money on the floor. Go put your name on it. Who's to say to
Yep.
stop you or say that you can't put your name on that money? There's money out there, man. 24 hours in the day. How you gonna use it? You know.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
Shoot. So
that's our
so just getting
intro. We
into it,
both some
bro.
Florida boys.
Yeah.
We both some Florida boys. Both played Florida high school ball. I would say that's probably the best high school ball in the great nation of the United States of America. Florida high
So
school
if
ball. We produce
if you're from
more
Texas, you from Cali,
athletes.
if you're in Georgia,
Yeah.
y'all behind us.
Hey,
You know, take all.
I'm
If we
sorry.
taking the lead, we the best. That's it.
I'm sorry. But
That's it.
yeah. So next thing on topic is our transition from athlete to civilian. Like what happened. I would say my experience with that, I already knew the writing was on the wall. Really, once I tore my knee up and I had to get like basically a whole new knee. You know, had to that you want to talk about some rehab, man? Because I would say my knee rehab was worse because I also too broke my ankle. I broke my ankle also in high school, my 10th grade year. But I would say my knee rehab was probably the worst rehab I ever had by far. And then my senior year, I came back and then I'm playing, and I end up breaking both of my ring fingers. My right one is still actually broke to this day. If you guys want to see, I opted out of that surgery. But this one, I got two screws in it, two screws in it. So,
Golly, boy.
war wounds, man. I ended up breaking both of those my senior year, and I finished out the season because I was like, I'm not. I only had probably about like 4 or 5 games left when I really realized that yeah, you need surgery. But yeah, I was like, I'm gonna finish off the season. It's all right. I'm fine. You know. Uh, but yeah, that whole transition, especially that summer, man. Trying to find a job. I'm a recent graduate. That's one thing. Getting a bachelor's in today's day and age. it's like a high school degree. You know, everybody has a bachelor's now. And it's almost getting like that with a master's degree. So it's getting harder and harder to
But
market yourself. But I would say that transition, man, just that summer it was tough, you know, because I didn't have football. You know, I wasn't a football player anymore. I had to had to be me, had to be Stephen Morales, had to be me, you know, just had to market myself. Didn't have football anymore. So, you know, I was blessed to receive a call from the athletic director at the time at Liberty High School. She told me to come interview because they had openings in the classroom and they also needed coaches. So I was like, sure, you know, that's something I know I could do. It'll be cool to go back to your alma mater and coach. You know, everybody dreams of that. You know, made it back and shoot, got in, and I would have to say my first day of work was very different. You know, it was very different. Like, dealing the classes that we were in.
man,
I was what 22, fresh out of college, and we're dealing with uh highly emotional kids, like very high autistic kids, you know. Like bless their
severe.
heart, you know, I love them,
Yeah.
but yeah, like severely autistic and like they have their moments, they explode. Shoot, I was 22, man, fresh out of college, didn't know what I was walking into, but I needed the job, you know. I learned a lot from that. That's one thing I could say. That job did teach me a lot, taught me a lot of patience, to be honest with you. Because that's one thing with them kids, man. You learn patience. You learn
Hey,
patience. You try and teach them something every single day. You try
hey,
and
I'm gonna
teach
tell
them
you
something every single day.
one quick thing though, man. Like, to y'all parents, young parents out here, man, tell your kids to respect them teachers, man, because them folks don't get paid jack. You know
Please.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
Paras and teachers, man, they underpaid. You know, it's already a headache when the kids acting up in class. You know, they got to buy their own supplies for the classroom. Please teach these
Exactly.
kids how to respect their
That's one
teachers, man.
profession. That is one profession I have the utmost respect for. They are severely underpaid. No, teachers
Yeah,
aren't there to be uh, a babysitter. You know, they're here to teach your kid. And that's another thing. The teacher isn't there to discipline your kid. You discipline your kid
exactly,
at home. You know, your your
exactly.
your child is supposed to know how to act when they go to school. That's not the teacher's. That's not the teacher's responsibility. And that's speaking from being prior teachers. We was in the education field, so.
Yeah,
But yeah, having to learn just how to not be that athlete or that job. But getting into coaching that keeps you around the sport, keeps you around the love. And the thing is we just didn't coach football. We coached many different sports. Yeah, when I was at Liberty, I coached basketball and track and field. Coached the shot put and discus, and I also coached JV basketball while I was there. So just have fun with it, man. Just being around sports, it always kept me honed, and it gives me a purpose, to be honest with you. And that was another thing, like to get back to them kids. That's just it feels good when you have an impact on somebody, especially at that tender of an age.
yeah.
16, 17, 18. That's a big time in
Critical,
these
man.
kids' life.
Critical
Yeah, a
time.
lot of them don't have role models, and for us to be like a big brother role model to them. That how many times have the kid told you, man, like, dang, coach, like,
Yeah.
like I want to be like you. You'd be like, man, I'm only 23, 24. We was only what 23, 24 when we was working there when we left. That's why I'm
Be
like,
better. I
yeah,
tell them
like,
be better, man.
man, I'm not that
Be
much.
better.
Yeah, be better than me. Like, trust me, I'm still out here trying to learn, trying to get it, but I'm
Yeah.
trying. And today's day and age, these kids they have a better chance just with
Yeah.
technology.
Twitter.
They have all the social medias. Like, You see how easy it is for these kids to get an offer now? Like
You go on
Twitter?
Twitter, man. Shoot,
Man,
you
I remember
directly hit up a college
burning my
coach.
DVDs. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember burning my DVDs, trying to send them,
mailing,
not even
getting
knowing if the coach
stamps.
gonna open my junk.
Yeah,
Yeah, getting stamps, paying postage. I'm not even knowing if they gonna open my junk, man. But I mean, it's cool
man.
now. Like they could directly reach out to reach out to these coaches and stuff. But yeah, the whole
Yeah, man.
transition, man, that the transition could go so deep, man, because there's emotional ties into that. I mean, like you basically losing the first love of your life. You basically
Facts.
are. I mean, you have to break up with your first girl, your first, if you're a female, your first man, or however you rock, your first love, you know.
Yeah,
So you try and find ways to keep that marriage there, but it comes a time when you gotta hang it up.
yeah, man. I know
I
for
mean,
me,
it's all cool. I still try and be around it, fantasy football, but that's about it. What about you,
I know
bro?
for me, man. For me, man, football, shoot, that really opened up my social life, man. Being a single parent home, my mom's, you know what I'm saying? She ain't got, she's always working. I'm at the house watching my little brother, so I didn't really have time to, socialize with family like that. So when she signed me up, really the first time I was exposed to friends back in '03, third grade, you know what I'm saying? So shoot, that was the way I made friends. I also was a hothead, so I was allowed to hit people illegally. I got to relieve all my stress, hitting, tackling, without getting in trouble, getting yelled at. So shoot, I fell in love with the sport instantly, man, and just kept on doing it, doing it, and doing it. Once you get to school, college, and then you know, after senior year, you try to do the pro days. Unfortunately, I got in a car wreck. I didn't do no major damage to my knee and nothing. It was swollen. I'm trying to run a 40 with a swollen knee or do the 20-yard shuttle. What's the point? I'm gonna do a shitty time, and I already disqualified myself. So once that shit happened, it was a wrap for me. I wasn't gonna be no superstar or nothing, but maybe just get a little tryout would have been a dope experience. But I don't know, man. The transition's been tough for me. So it's been 2018. I got done with school. I always still feel like I got that void. Even though I still coach football, I'm still involved some type of way. I feel some type of emptiness. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's really hard to feel it. I don't know, man. Uh, I know I'm not the only one that probably feels like that, but it's just an emptiness,
That
man.
first love, man.
For
It's
real.
that first love. That's all it is.
And then yeah, sometimes I
That's
get
all
the
it is.
craving when I'm watching. I watch games on TV. Watching the NFL guys rolling. There's some guys in the league that I played against in high school. You see them living the dream. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When you're younger and you come up from like I said, single parent home, mom struggling. The goal is make it to the league. Feed everybody. You know what I'm saying? But once that time comes and your dream doesn't come true, you kind of feel like you let everybody down. Your family kind of look at you different. Oh, you still playing football? You see at the function, you playing football still? Nah, I graduated. It's a wrap. I'm just working right now, trying to find my way. You know what I'm saying? But like Mo said earlier, man, just gotta keep on chasing, man. Opportunities out there. You know, stay busy. Like he said earlier, he coaches different. When we was at Liberty, man, we was coaching different sports. I coached girls weightlifting. Something about football being part of sports, man. You're always busy. That's just how it was, especially in college. Always busy, man. So one thing that helped me fill the void is just staying busy. Work during the day, do my sales. After that, go coach football, high school ball, and after that, be a dad to my daughter. Be a good fiance to my, to my lady. You know what I'm saying? So just try to stay busy. Always trying to look for the next opportunity. That's why we're doing this podcast with my brother right here, Mo. Man, we're trying to make things happen. Um,
Yeah, man.
so we'll see, man. The transition's always hard, man. A lot of people don't talk about it. A lot of people don't talk about it. I know Mo, so you can speak on it too. I got a whole bunch of brothers. Some of my dogs from JUCO, guys from high school. You go D1, but shit, you get all that D1 hype. You don't make it to the league. You get a training camp, but at the training camp, you don't
Yeah.
make it. You at the crib.
Yeah. What happens after that? You back at the house,
So many,
not
so many
knowing what to
questions. You know what
do.
I'm saying? So many questions
Yeah.
to answer.
Like what's next? What's next?
And
That's
like
always the next thing. What's next?
exactly. And then if you go on social media, you know, you kind of check on so and so. You know, buddy was straight in high school. You know, he signed here. You know what I'm saying? I wonder what he's doing nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And you see him, you know, shoot, just working a regular Walmart or just staying at the you know, going back home to the hometown. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah,
I know Mo
it
went to a
is,
small school.
especially when.
I know Mo went to a small school. I went to a small school, D2 school in Kansas, Washburn. Um, I think those
Yeah, I went
institutions
to a
set you up.
small school.
They set you up to be more successful, you know, after your sports career. Mo, you go ahead. Tell me, you think that's true? The smaller schools kind of set you up for more
I
success.
believe that's true because I believe that's true because they don't. When you're at the small school, you're held more accountable. I believe as a student athlete. I mean, like, I have a few kids who went to the bigger schools, and they tell me about some of the help that they receive. You know, like they're giving those personalized tutors, or like their teams. They have the funding for stuff like that. You know, my school is a small school in the mountains of Kentucky. You know, Pikeville, Kentucky. Um, it's about, I would say, about 2,000 students on campus, maybe 2,500. Not that many, so very small school. You know, but one thing I can say they did, we did have like study sessions, and there were tutors available, but for the most part, it was first come first serve. Like there wasn't a big like vast majority of them, or like a vast group of them that you could actually like pick from, or anything like that, or somebody catered directly to you. You know, you didn't have like a team, somebody like a coach on your team who was specifically for that. You know, like we didn't have. Um, but one thing I can say about the small schools, you know, you get in those smaller classes, those professors, they really get to know you. You know, they get to know you on a deeper level than just a student athlete. They get to know you as a person. Um, and they try to highlight you as a person. You know, because those professors know too. Like, man, you're not making. You know, and that's one thing a lot of people have to realize when they go to these small schools. Like, man, you're not making it. You're probably not gonna make it to the league. You know, your chance of making it is slim to none because you got to think about it. Over half of the D1 guys don't make it. You know, so like you got to go D1. I was in AI, so you got to go D1, D1 double A, then D2, then they looking at NAI. So it's like, man, and then you even have some D3s that are looked at before D2s. So it's yeah. So I mean, it's a pecking order, man. I mean, it's just you got to be real with yourself, and that's one thing I can say. Like those smaller schools, I believe, like you know, especially for an athlete who might who might get a D1 offer, but you know you're not gonna play. You know, go somewhere you're gonna play. Go somewhere you're gonna actually get a chance to play and actually experience being a college athlete. You know, I mean, I got into Florida State, you know, but man, I know I ain't gonna play at Florida State, man. I know that. So went somewhere I know I could play. You know, went up there, started as a freshman, true freshman. So I
Yeah, most
believe,
definitely.
yeah, the smaller schools they do set you up for more success
Yeah, man.
because like just the and then just the connections you make, you know, the networking that you do, you know. It's just more opportunities. I believe you don't get lost in the sauce. You know, at the big schools, then sometimes you're a number. At the small
Yeah,
schools, people know your name. So that's my take on it.
yeah, man. I agree with Mo. I know when I was in school at Washburn, shoot, I worked. I got a lot of work experience in the off season. Even during the season, I had a job. You know what I'm saying? Those small schools. Granted, my school's in a
Yeah,
great conference, D2, MIAA, great conference. You know, we had a great booster system. You know, I had a lot of scholarship money. My tuition was paid, but I got a stipend for living. We still had water bill, power bill, groceries I had to pay for. Moms, she doing her own thing, can't harass her for money like that, so I had to work. So either I was working on campus at the student union, or I was a bouncer at a strip club. I had to do what I got to do to pay the bills, and then that's why I'm great. At the time it was hard. At the time it was hard, but you look back, that stuff teaches you, how the work life is. Even if it was little simple jobs like that. I learned how to fill out a W-4 and fill out a W-2 when it was tax time. I can't imagine going to D1, just football, 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 can't work, and then you get done, you don't know how to do a W-2 and file your taxes. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I really think those smaller institutions, you got to work a little harder. You got to, manage your schedule. You know what I'm saying? You got to manage your schedule a little better, but it pays off in the long run. Shoot, man, that's just what it is, man. All of us had jobs. All of us had jobs, man.
Yeah.
Shoot, we got to start building my resume a little earlier, man.
And that's not like we not trying to take away from anybody who went big time D1. Man, I could just imagine like being one of them big time D1 players, like the time restraints you have and stuff. But what we trying to get to is that I believe D1 that since they have more, there's more funding, basically more funding, man. It's an easier route. You know, it's just that much easier. You know,
Most definitely,
it's
like
just
and shoot, and then I can't imagine being. Let's say, imagine going to Alabama. You're playing for Nick Saban. That's pressure, bro. A lot of pressure you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? You probably got
yeah,
the media at your school
yeah.
every week. You know what I'm saying?
That's natty or
If you if
bust
you
every year.
if you don't
Natty or
perform in
bust.
your position, yeah, you don't
I
perform in your
mean,
position,
look
man.
at
I
Clemson
know
this
Nick and
year.
them are going to JUCOs or trying to find the next 5 star. Yeah, they're probably gonna go hard in the recruiting trail.
Natty or
Guys are gonna
bust
lose their
every year.
jobs, possibly their scholarships. Yeah. So like I
Yeah.
said, the great thing about this show down the line, we'll hopefully have some guys that got D1 experience that could tell their story and how they had to deal with, in the daily life
Yeah.
during their athlete career and what they're doing now.
Yeah.
So
We
that's a
can
great thing about
compare
this
it.
show.
Compare
Hopefully
and
we get some
contrast.
guys on there. Yeah, most definitely, man. I know the small school life, man, it's tough. Shoot, like I said, there's days we didn't have groceries. We had to wait for, an away game. On the way home, grab some, getting the pieces for the bus. We had to take some for the week. Extra
Yeah.
boxes for the week, man.
Yeah. For the
You know what I'm
weekend,
saying?
some got to.
You know what I'm saying?
Calf be closed,
Shit,
and you be like, man.
man.
Or sometimes you go to the calf and you only got one calf on campus, and
Dude, the
that
cab will be
mug
on that
closed, or
bullshit
they
some days.
serving some bull junk that day. Yeah, they be on some bull. And you be like, man, I ain't trying to
For
eat
real.
this, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man, it's true. Man. I remember them days like it was yesterday,
go
man. But
hungry,
shoot, them
or
events,
you
they,
eating
they
cereal
mold you
all
though, man.
day. Yeah, they mold you. They
Bruh,
mold
I'm gonna
you.
tell you,
That's the grind, man. That's the
I'm gonna
grind.
tell you a quick story, real quick, Mo. I'll tell you a quick story. So when I first transferred to Washburn, it was my dog Jalen Durham. We'll get him out here. Boy from Georgia. He came from JUCO in Arizona. Had another boy named Kingsley, straight from Nigeria. Big dude, Arizona JUCO. All of us, we signed at the same time. Came in mid-year. Lived in the same apartment. Bruh, first couple months, grocery shopping at the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree, Mo. Going to the freezer section in the Dollar Tree, eating that craziness, man. Struggling. Hey,
Hurting.
best
Stomach
believe
hurting.
when we had some leftover stipend, we went to CC's, $5, all you can eat. You know what
Had
I'm
to.
saying?
Had to.
All you can
Had
eat,
to.
bruh.
Man, we didn't have a CC's. We have a thing up here. It's called Peking's. It's a Chinese buffet. And for lunch it's probably like I want to say about $6. Man. You
Dangerous,
talk
bro.
about we getting a little change and then going to that. Man, that's love right there. You know?
Golly. Shoot, so check it out. What's your opinion, right? So it's positive and negatives, right, when it comes to being a college athlete. I know some of the positives, like I said, you get to play college ball, keep on playing. Um, There wasn't that many negatives for
build
me. I
relationships.
say, yeah,
Nah, nah.
there's some. I
The
mean, there's some
negatives I
negatives
would
out
say
there.
being a, yeah, I say that probably the only negatives that I could see um is that we don't get to like experience like a true college game day because we're playing,
Yeah,
you know. Like the whole tailgating scene and all that, like I've never really experienced that. You know, I always was
I love
playing,
food.
you know.
I love food.
Um yeah, like love food, man. Come on, man. Play O line. You know we love food. So that's why I'm like that's why I'm like, man, like, yeah, I never got to experience that. Or I don't know, just because sometimes being a student athlete, I feel like we do miss out on a lot of stuff that happens on campus just because we are busy. So I
Yeah,
guess, like, I'm not gonna lie, like my last semester without football, my last semester, my senior year without football, man, that was probably the most fun I had in college. You know, just being a student, you know, going to different
yeah,
events. Um, but other than that, I would say that's probably the only negative, you know, just being
man.
an actual
I
student. But man, it's all positive, man. It's all positive. You know, to be honest with you, it's all positive. You know, you get to
yeah,
travel, you make lifelong friends. You got some road dogs, man, that you meet. You know,
yeah,
everybody they had the same mindset as you. They not from there. You know, they here on a purpose. Everybody on a mission. So
yeah. Most definitely, man. Shoot, I know. I'll say one of the negatives though. I know that you probably once I say it, you be like, yeah, that's a negative. Your body. Once you're
oh
done
yeah.
playing ball, boy, that
Oh
shit catches
yeah.
up to you.
Oh
My
yeah.
knees,
Injured.
my shoulder, ankles hurt every
Knees,
single day.
shoulders, hands, wrists.
I mean, there's times I'll be at practice
Yeah,
with my high
just
school
injured.
kids. I throw the ball, and I try to grip the ball like I can't really feel the ball because my hands are so jacked up from playing D line. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like I be trying to,
Yeah,
you
your
know, just
body takes a
and
toll,
my
man.
hands just can't feel like I used to. Yeah. So I say that's a
Yeah,
big
your
negative
body
for me.
definitely takes a
And then
toll, man.
yeah, most definitely. And then shoot, really, I want to say another negative that could have been is probably in some classes when I was younger. I suffered in because I didn't just I cared about football. I didn't give a fuck about class. I didn't know the system. You know what I'm saying? No one taught me, oh, school, school, school. It depends on you know on the program you play for. You know, I went to Mount State. They transitioned from NAIA to D2. I was there for the D2 year. So them guys would just, you know, practice, 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 you know, but they could bring guys, you know, a whole bunch. It just, you know, go to class and come to practice. Don't worry about, you know, study hall, none of that stuff. So probably a negative was I wasn't, you know, depending on where you land at, you know, especially for you young guys, find a staff that cares about your grades, bro. Don't leave school without a goddamn degree.
Yeah,
Even though it's hard to get a job with a
yeah,
degree, get the damn degree. You there, you doing the work, finish your
yeah.
damn
Get the degree.
class. If you blessed enough to go to the league, take your ass back in the off season, get your goddamn degree. Shit.
Get your degree,
That's a
man.
negative though,
Get
man.
ready to
Just
play
find, you
ball
know, find a
forever.
bright coaching staff that cares about the whole college experience. That would say, hey, go to class. You know, if you don't go to class, you don't get your credits. Your ass is not gonna play. I'm not trying to make excuses, but I feel like, you know, as a freshman, if they would have told me, feel like shit, I was the first one in my family to go play college ball. You know what I'm saying? My people from the islands,
Same,
they don't do that
same
shit.
here.
They don't do that shit. So I don't know how the system works. You know what I'm saying? In high school, I was just going. I don't know how that shit works. The eligibility shit work. You know what I'm saying? So if you
Yeah,
know, go to a staff that wants to take care of you, make sure you succeed academically as well as athletically. So that could possibly be a negative. You know, I experienced that my first year of school. You know, them guys didn't preach. You know, go to class, go to class. They say go to practice. You know, just do what you gotta do in class. Then set you over to tutor and none. You know, I had to work my way back in JUCO to get my grades up. You know what I'm saying? That shit was a grind. You know,
yeah.
I
You
don't wish
took
that
the
on
long
nobody.
road, man. Yeah, you took the
Real, bro.
long road. Like I said,
Man,
I got newfound. Once I went to the JUCO level to coach, I have a newfound respect for you guys. Newfound respect. Anybody that went JUCO, played JUCO, or even coached JUCO, you know, newfound respect.
check it out. So I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So
Grind.
every Fort Scott, well, I don't know about now, but when I was at Fort Scott Community College in Fort Scott, Kansas, I guarantee you, if you ask Levante David, he on the Buccaneers now. I never met him. You know what I'm saying? JPP, they older than me. They had the goddamn 7 mile run to the lake if we did anything crazy at practice. I know at the time they had Coach Sims. You know, you probably seen him on my last interview. He was beefing with the coach from Indy. That's Coach Sims. He was the head coach there. He took them to the Natty. They lost to Cam Newton. But I had their O-line coach, OC, as my head coach, Coach Horton. I'm talking about if you didn't wear white socks at practice, if you're wearing jewelry during practice, take your ass to the lake. And what that meant was we in full. One time we did in a full pads, cleats on everything. We jogging on a gravel road. There's a lake there and back 7 miles from the school to the lake. So we jogging while the coaches in their trucks and they, in their cars driving with us, making sure we run. If we don't run, he said, "Hey, you don't run, I'm gonna check your ass at the airport. You could go home or you could find your way back." Facts. True story. True story.
It's crazy, man.
True story, bro. You can ask any of them boys, they'll tell you. They tell you, boys. And JUCO, I learned a lot. I grew up a lot in JUCO. That's for damn sure. You want to talk about mold and how college football molded me? Boy, after that Minot stint and I went to Fort Scott, I learned how to get up early on time, learn how to go to class,
Learn this.
learn how to be grown. Exactly. And you want to hear why one day I missed class, right? So check it out. My D-line coach calls me out of class. He calls out all the people that missed class that week, right? We go to the office in JUCO. When you get called to the office, you think like, oh shit, this college scout want to talk to me. We all hype. All right, right. We in there, right? Middle of the day, they call me out of class. I see like 10 other guys in the coach's office. I'm like, hey, what's going on, bro? Coach Johnson at the time, he's a head coach in the Texas high school. Forgot the high school name. Great dude. Played at KU D lineman when they won the Orange Bowl in '07, I believe. He said, "Oh, you missed class, so go to the field." We're like, "Oh hell no!" I'm talking about we doing up down sprints, bear crawling 200, 400 yards when I'm supposed to be in class. He said, "Hey, if you gonna miss class, we gonna do something with it." Ever since then, it changed my life. Never
I
again
ain't
miss
missing
class.
class.
Never again.
Yeah, I ain't.
So Mo, how the program at Pikeville mold you? What kind of habits you still keep with you? Like I said, I get up early every day, and I'm a morning guy now, just because my college career,
Still
Fort
do that.
Scott and Washburn, is getting up early every day.
One way I could say, just being in U Pike's football program, how it molded me, and I'm up every day. It doesn't matter. I'm up at 5. I get up because we had practice. We had full blown practice at 5:30 in the morning. So doing that for 4 years, man. Yeah, you talk about wake up going to hit somebody 5:30 in the morning. That does something to you. So I mean, like even to this day, I wake up 5 o'clock. Take it for granted I won't get out of bed or I'll go back to sleep, but I'm up. I'll check my phone. It's just it's an internal clock now. And sometimes I still have PTSD. Waking up. Oh, I'm late. Nah, I ain't got nothing to do. Having to wake up late.
But for real, if you
Run
have,
to the field
if
house,
you
speed
part like if you
game.
were an athlete any time in life, I think I still got homework due. I still think I have homework due, bro. Sometimes I'm like, bro, do I
Yeah,
got something to do, bro?
yeah.
Do I gotta log in and
And I'll be like,
to this day?
nah, I don't have nothing to do. You be like, yeah, it's just PTSD, deadline, time. I
For
can
real.
look at my phone. I still have like alarms from when like like just different alarms. I used to have alarms for meetings and stuff like that. I remember in college, man, those 10-minute naps after class. That was love. That's one thing, man.
Yeah.
Sports teaches you how to budget your time. You're gonna learn how to budget your time.
Yeah.
If you could squeeze in a 10-minute nap, you're gonna squeeze that 10-minute nap in there. You know, um,
Yeah.
you know how much time you need to do your homework, because you have to go to a weight session, or or you have meetings with your coach, or you have to go to the training room because you're injured and you're on the list. And if you don't make the list, if you don't go and check in with the trainer, you're in trouble. Like, yeah. So it holds you accountable, makes you accountable, makes you responsible for watching time. You know, that's one thing I grasp is that you have 24 hours in a day. You know, how you gonna how you gonna how you gonna spend it? Are you gonna get better or are you just gonna be complacent?
Yeah.
So that's one thing. You know, it helped me
Yeah,
with
man.
my
Shoot.
time management.
Golly,
What
man.
about you?
Shoot,
What
that
did
like I
Washburn
said,
teach
like,
you when you
like
in
PTSD, that's real. Shoot,
there?
at Washburn, man, like
PTSD is real.
we practice in the
For real.
evenings. In the mornings we had our meetings. We had our meetings in the morning, our weightless sessions in the morning during season, and then we had our practices in the evening. So, like I said, I had to do mandatory study hall, especially when I transferred in. First semester you got to do mandatory study hall. But thanks to my time at Fort Scott, I was on my P's and Q's when it came to class. So I got off that list, made sure to get my work done because I wanted, try to make mama proud, get me a degree. Shoot. So I always got up early. You know what I'm saying? I know one day we had. So check this out. Check this story out. So one day, for one class, I was late to weightlifting because my class I was off campus that day. So me not telling the head training coach that I was gonna be late, right? That counted as an absence. So they woke me up in the morning, like 5 in the morning, like me and five other guys. My dog, Coach Ike, God bless his soul. Like crazy man. He's good. He's good people. He's still around, you know what I'm saying? Had us doing some craziness upstairs in the basketball gym, running up and down,
Mhm.
bear crawls, the whole 9 yards, you know what I'm saying? So communication, learn communication skills, talk to your professors, get their schedule. Hey, if you have a class off campus, communicate that to your coaches. You know what I'm saying? Communicate that. Hey, hey, coach so and so, I got a class on Thursday. I'll be off campus. Might be late. Let him know. All right. Don't be late for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't be last minute with it because guess
Yeah.
what? They're gonna write you absent. Boom. You paying the consequences, right? So just be aware, be respectful of people's time, and just be early with stuff. That's what I learned. That's how it molded me. I still do to this day. If I gotta fill out paperwork for work, or if I got a new job and I gotta do a drug test or anything like that, I try to get all that stuff done as soon as possible. Get to the people early, so I have
Yes,
no
sir.
consequences later down the road if I do it late and
Yep.
last minute. Shoot, man, I'm blessed. Like I said, I'm blessed. I got good habits. A lot of people tell me, "Hey, man, shoot, you kind of mature for your age." Yeah, I kind of had to learn the hard way. Shoot,
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
runner, shoot, they
Had to
ran
grow up
my ass.
quick.
Shoot, that's a
That's one
damn
thing I
sure.
can tell people. I'm like, man, yeah, playing college athletics, man, you gonna grow up quick. You gonna grow up quick. They don't get you out that babiness because you are in control of your destiny. Ain't nobody here to hold your hand.
Yeah,
How good do you want to be?
yeah, no,
So yeah,
for
that's one
real.
thing I can
And
say. Like
you got to also think
even
about
on
it.
my
Being,
jobs, they be like, yeah, go ahead.
you got to think about it. People forget, right? People forget. Like me, and you know this, right? We was in the coaching industry in college. Those guys, that's their job. That's their livelihoods, right? So if they're not on
Yeah,
your ass and you're not producing on the field, you taking away. You probably shoot. You losing games because of you. You taking money out they bread, possibly they could get fired and shoot, they done. They can't
yeah,
provide for their family.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
You
when they
take
say college football is a
you
business,
taking
that is a
food,
business.
you taking food out
It
they
is a
baby.
business.
Nah, exactly.
Exactly.
Taking food out they baby's mouth. So them folks, they gotta produce. A lot of people they be like, oh, college
Yeah.
coaches they too cutthroat. That recently people saying that the Oregon head coach was too hard on his player. Nah, he just holding him accountable, man. He's holding him accountable. You can even see the respect from the player. He said, "Yes, sir," and kept it moving. You know, Oregon ended up they won that game, but they ended up dropping the ball this week. They done lost to Stanford, but that's
Yeah,
typical, man. It teaches you respect, you know, because in this world, you don't have respect. I mean, you gotta have respect to get it, you know. So you gotta be able to give it. So,
most definitely, man. And
and that's
shoot,
one
like you
thing,
said,
this new
football is an
generation
intense game, man.
lacks.
The culture has always been, they always been unorthodox. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was watching the
Yeah,
I Am Athlete
it's a high
podcast.
intensity
What
game.
what human beings ram into each other? You know, like who we ain't supposed to be, banging heads, and that's not natural. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So when
running
parents
full
lose their mind,
speed.
I understand. Yeah, knocking people out. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. The only thing, I understand if a coach puts his hands on you trying to act a fool, that's a different whole story. But when a coach is just yelling at you,
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
correct
that's
you,
different.
trying
That's
to
a
correct
whole
your
different
actions,
story.
that's different.
Yeah,
And then that's what the Oregon coach
yeah,
did, right? Coach Cristobal, he was
yeah.
just correcting. He wasn't putting no hands on him or nothing. So I don't know why
Didn't
people
even
tripping on
didn't even
that.
touch him or anything. Man, people salty,
Yeah, man.
man.
I
Salty.
understand.
They Sean,
Like what's the
they
Trent
salty for
Dilfer, the
nothing.
high school coach? Like he was pushing the one kid. You saw that video? You saw it?
Yes, yeah, yeah. That's a little
So
different.
that's a little different. That's a little different. If he did the crystal ball, just correcting him, hey, bro, you can't be doing that. Go sit down and just let him do his thing. Bet. If the player
Yeah,
charges at
definitely.
you, then
Yeah,
bet. Do you handle your
you
business?
ain't.
But you don't got to
Yeah,
touch him and
yeah,
push
yeah.
him all the way to the bench. You know what I'm
You gotta
saying?
go home.
It's a little different. It's a little touchy.
Yeah,
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 a little touchy. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
It is
But
what it is.
other than that, man, like I said, football is a different culture. It's unorthodox. You know what I'm saying? Contact sport.
It's always been high
Shoot,
intensity.
we damn
It's a
gladiators
high
out there, man. It's
emotional
war.
sport. Yeah,
Yeah,
high emotional
shoot,
sport. So emotions always gonna run high. So
most definitely, most
people just
definitely.
gotta man enjoy the game, man. No harm came to the kid. You know,
Real.
no harm came to the player. So just let it go. But that's how everybody
Yeah,
is nowadays, man. They always got an opinion on something. They always got an opinion on something, but yet
yeah,
they don't like to look in the mirror. You know, it's all right. Let
exactly.
ignorance be good.
And then shoot, it's just
Let ignorant be ignorant.
and you gotta be there. You don't understand the work them folks put in, all the
Yeah,
hours they put in, like
you're not.
especially back in the day before
You're
COVID,
not. You're
the
not
Zoom meetings
there.
and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's time, bro. A lot of time is being put forward. You know what I'm saying? But well, I saw a little special.
Check in
I was
on
back
your
in
boy.
Florida this past weekend. I was watching the news, ESPN. You seen what's it called? I guess the old girls Florida coach, the basketball coach.
What about him?
I guess I forgot his name, but that man was like cussing. He was cussing at the females, calling them stupid, doing all this, just recklessness. Just basically disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Not correcting. It's like you stupid. Go sit down. You should be playing basketball. Making girls like girls, that were dressing in baggy clothes, making them change, all that type of stuff. Just bringing a whole bunch of mental abuse. That's a whole different story right there. You know what I'm saying? I understand being
Yeah.
intense when you're correcting and try to improve a player's performance, and nothing wrong with that. I'm with that. I'm that type of coach. I'm an intense coach, but I correct. If you're there
Yeah.
disrespecting, oh, you stupid. Go sit down.
Yeah,
You
I'm
shouldn't be
correct.
here. That's not correcting. You're not teaching.
Yeah.
One thing, as a coach, you're a teacher, right?
Exactly.
You're a teacher. If you ain't teaching, then
Exactly.
shoot, you ain't
You're a
coaching.
teacher.
You're abusing if you just talking, it's just wild to these folks. You know what I'm saying? They're young. They're still developing. Still trying to find their way in the world, especially in college. And then shoot, you keep on you disrespect them like that, then how you think that's gonna affect their development? You know what I'm saying? Crazy, man. But shoot, we'll talk. We're going
Crazy.
into this more another time, man. How them Bucks doing?
Man, we losing right now.
Nah.
We
Who
losing
y'all
to the
who y'all losing
Patriots
to?
right now.
Ah,
Patriots. Bill
ah.
Belichick. He got our number right now. It's 7-3 right now. It's the second
You
quarter
think Tom?
with 5:51 left.
You think Tom finna bring it
Man,
back?
Tom's gonna pull it out. Tom's gonna pull it out. Come on, man. It's his first time back at Gillette Stadium. This is the only stadium he has not won in as a how you call it, as an opponent. So come on, man. He gotta do it. Right now
Yeah,
he's
dance home.
what's his stats? It only say no touchdowns. He only has like 113 yards right now. So
I know Gronk hurt too, broken ribs, right? Fractured ribs, something like that.
yeah, Gronk's out. Gronk's out for a few, man. It's not looking good. Not looking good, but no, I think the Bucks will pull it out again. You know, I'm a huge Bucks fan. Been a Bucks fan.
Yeah.
Ain't jumping on no Tom Brady train. You know, been a Bucks fan. Shoot, I was there when we had Jeff Garcia and all them boys. I remember when we won the first Super Bowl with Brad Johnson as the quarterback. You know what I
That boy
mean?
said Jeff Garcia, boy. God.
South. Yeah, Jeff Garcia. Yeah, I was there for them rough times. You know, but boy Warren Sapp, boy Derek Brooks, Rondé Barber, Shelton Coors, uh, Simeon Rice, shoot, Michael Pittman, Mike Allstar. You know you gotta bring up Mike Allstar. We had Keyshawn Johnson back then. Man, we was good.
So you gonna forget
Joey
John Lynch?
Galloway. I ain't
Did
gonna
you
forget
get John Lynch?
John Lynch. You know that. Hey, he
You should have been
slipped
one
my
of the top
mind,
one.
but I ain't gonna forget him.
Oh man.
Top
Come
one.
on now.
That defense is straight up Hall of Famers, man. Come on, man. I named a few of them already. But John Lynch did slip my mind. That's on me. That's on me. That's my bad. We had a great John Lynch. Man,
Y'all beat my Eagles to get to
it
that
was.
Super Bowl. I remember that.
Yep, we played y'all in the NFC Championship. Yep.
Golly.
Sorry, y'all Eagles. I finally got y'all one, but shoot, y'all got some stuff to answer this season, man. Is
Man,
Jalen the one?
I think he's great leadership. I love his personality. Talented player, can scramble around. Uh, shoot, he actually throws a nice deep ball, right? Once he sets his feet and actually gets it out there, it's a nice air under it. It's accurate. I think you gotta set him up for success. He's not a guy who's supposed to
Yeah.
be throwing 50 times a game. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get the run game going, RPOs, read option, quick pass, quick game. When we throw a deep ball here and there, we can't be like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady throwing 50 times a game, and that's what it's been the past 2 weeks against the Cowboys and then against Kansas City. He did a great job. He had a great bounce back game today. We couldn't bring the W in. Being an Eagles fan, hopefully we'll have 3 first-round picks next year, but we need to address some damn linebackers. They've been sleeping on linebackers the past 5, 6 years. We haven't had a solid linebacker since we won the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And that's something they've been neglecting. And being
Them Bucks need to get a running back, man. We have no running game.
yeah, it is.
Everybody want to talk about
Like Leonard Fournette, he's an old school back.
Fournette ain't the same. He's not the same, man. He's not the same. Not the same Lenny
Nah.
from LSU. I mean, we seen it in Jacksonville. I mean, yeah, playoff time last year, yeah, he turned up. I love it. But I mean, regular season, he's not the same guy. I mean, it is what it is. But much respect to him. But he don't perform the same. Not the same as in LSU. Take for granted it is the NFL. But dang, bro. Like,
Yeah.
dang. So yeah, the Bucks need a running game.
Yeah, man. Shoot,
that's the only thing we're missing.
yeah, I agree with that. I feel like you guys need a pass catcher back there. Definitely need a guy like Buddy from Kansas City, Edwards Helaire. He would be pretty like a guy like that could be versatile out the backfield and run the ball off the middle. That'd be a great addition to your offense that's already boosted with my dog AB. Florida boy AB, crazy, but he be doing his thing. You got Mike Evans.
Crazy.
Good. Godwin, that's how you say his name. Goodwin Godwin. You got Good old Gronk, the crazy Polish dude.
Yeah, Chris Godwin.
Man, you know, like I said, me just being a realist, you know what I'm saying? If you gotta just keep it together, stay
Crazy.
consistent, man, you could probably make another run at it. Green Bay is not what they were. Aaron Rodgers wants to get out of there, so he's just doing his time. He's just doing his time. San Fran, they're not there yet. They're a couple pieces away.
His bid is up.
You got the Sherm, the Worm. I'm happy he got signed, man. His situation this offseason was unfortunate. We don't know the whole story. You know, only him and that family know the whole story. I wish no negative on him. I'm a big fan of Sherm. He's really entertaining to watch, especially when he's back on Seattle. Yeah, man. Like you said, man. A lot of people,
now.
you know, with the cancel culture. Yeah, all the people with the cancel culture and all that stuff, man, they quit their job, you know, hurt someone's name. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, these people are human beings, man. Like they like me, they breathe like me and you, they
Exactly.
pay bills like me and you. You know, they have bad days and good days like me and you, right?
Exactly.
Like who are we to judge?
People just quick to do it. Yeah, who are we to judge? But that's society.
Tough, man.
Everybody has an opinion, and they think their opinion is the one that really matters. It's like, dang, man, mind your business.
Yeah, man.
Mind your own. You know, make sure your home's straight.
Real.
Yeah.
And shoot, unfortunately, man, we're coming to the end of the first episode.
For sure.
Shoot, we're coming to the end of that first episode, man.
First episode.
That's just a sneak peek, man. You know, Go ahead. Say your stuff, man. Go ahead.
I was about to say, shoot, y'all just, y'all got something, you got an idea or anything, y'all want to comment on something that we might have touched on today? Y'all drop it in the comments. You know, we here to talk. You know, we talking from the heart. You know, just speaking some regular guys, that played college ball, didn't make it. You know, we speaking on everything. Y'all got anything you want to talk about, or you got a question about anything we might have spoke of on this first episode, or you want to be a part of it? Shoot us email. Link in the bio. Drop comments. Subscribe. Tell your friends about us. Tell your people about us. We here. This is the first episode. We're gonna grow. We know this is the first one. It might be rocky. This is the first one. We here.
Yeah.
A lot of people they thought we was playing, but now, bro, we here. We here. This it.
Most
we
definitely.
doing it. We're gonna grow. We're gonna get better. Y'all gonna grow with us. As much as our subscribers grow, that's how we trying to grow. So, like I said, y'all interact with us. We'll interact back. We're just some two stand-up guys out here speaking the truth.
Trying to keep it a buck with y'all, man. Like, shoot, like Mo said, we here, we're here to stay, man. We're gonna be consistent with it. We're trying to build, man. You guys are gonna help us build. Subscribe. Links are all in the bios, man. We're gonna be, pushing out a lot of advertisements here soon. Like I said, man, we're some former athletes, man, but we're gonna talk about. Yeah, talk your shit in the comments, man. We'll try to adjust. You know what I'm saying? Talk your shit. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? We good. We can handle it. We're former athletes.
Love it.
You know what I'm saying? But so one more time, we appreciate your time. We're athletes. We talked a lot of sports today, but down the line we'll start talking about. We're broadening the subject a little bit more. We want to get into cancel culture today. Time is time. We don't got it. But we'll definitely talk about that next session, man. We got a lot of stuff in store, man. A lot of good stuff. We'll have guests on this show, man. It's gonna be a great experience, man. Great first episode.
We'll talk relationships. We both have beautiful fiancés, planning weddings and stuff.
All that.
Man.
Weddings,
making that transition from the single life to the married life. That's a whole different topic. Maybe somebody wanna comment on that. Y'all could comment on that, and we bringing it all. We speaking about everything. So it's been love, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Run the views up. Listen to us. Just give us a listen. All right.
All right, man. So we out of here, man. And it's your boy O.
And it's your boy Mo. And you've been listening to the Head to Head podcast, man. Episode 1. Stay tuned for more. More to come.
So appreciate your time, man. God bless. See y'all next week. Deuces.
For sure.